given his speed skills, especially when you're down to 30 seconds, that is his best hope right now. And I think the way Magnus is playing, pushing his pawns, delaying his development, this is going to be a feisty game.
I'm going to call it. I think this is going to get crazy. I don't know the result, of course. Difficult to make any predictions here, but
imagine being able to build anything. Just think about it. Meet Base, a complete AI creation platform.
I love the Base 44.
I feel that Firouzja is going to get some chances in. Already some tactics in the air. The most obvious move would be to push a pawn forward, break open the black bishop, but maybe we could investigate a bit further because Alireza Firouzja has what could be a golden opportunity to shock Magnus Carlsen right now. Not only can he open up that bishop, he can do it forcefully and in style. Knight takes pawn. If the white bishop takes back, then the black bishop takes on f3, removing the defender, hitting the white queen, and when the white queen recaptures, when the dust settles, bishop takes bishop, black has won a pawn with a nice pin to boot. If we go back, after knight takes e5, if the white knight recaptures, then black just says, calm, d6, open the diagonal for my bishop, please. And look at the white knights. Look at the black bishop. It's sniping. It's going to regain the material with interest. This is super complicated. White can even give a check at the end with his queen. The game goes on, but Firouzja, he has to take risks like this. He has to gamble.
But this is the one moment I'm glad that he's paused and spending time, because this is and it'll all be worth it. All those minutes spent if he plays knight takes pawn. That's a huge advantage. You go up a pawn, your bishop becomes a big piece here.
And of course, we have the aid of the eval bar here. We have the aid of some very powerful engines, but Alireza Firouzja, he has the aid of his fantastic instincts. He's paused for a reason. Magnus Carlsen will be jumping out of his chair if he sees the move knight takes e5. He's got to play it. He's got to find it.
Has to be played, right? Especially if you spend so much time and energy calculating this out. I feel like it should happen.
He's going down on time. Magnus blood pressure is at 104, but he's almost up 2.5 minutes. This is like Game 7, NBA Finals, Super Bowl.
On the board.
But do you think if Magnus has spotted it, he'll give it away? Because he's also the kind of player who just keeps that poker face until his opponent, his decision. The more Alireza thinks, I think the higher chances that he spots it.
Yep. Who's going to spot it? Let's take a look at Alireza's screen, perhaps. It looks like he was about to push his pawn forward to d6. He does miss the opportunity. It was complicated. It was difficult. It was so hard to evaluate, but he could have played that move so much quicker. Now the black king castles. Status quo has been maintained. Magnus is holding this together with a pin.
But here's the thing, because if Alireza did not go for knight takes pawn and wanted to make the move d6, again, you make it in 20 seconds. Right. But if you take your time, then you find that central blow.
Yep. I don't blame him at all for missing that. I think superhuman almost, that tactic. But what he's played, the fact that it took him over 2 minutes to play d6.
That's the problem.
That's
That's the issue.
So now 7 minutes plays under 4. Unfortunately, familiar territory here in what potentially could be the last game. Remember, if Magnus Carlsen wins this game, he does not only win the set, he wins the match. So Firouzja needs to win, needs to find a way to crack open the position and take this victory from Magnus Carlsen to force an Armageddon.
Well, there was tension at the center of the board, and what Alireza has done is he slides his rook, defends the bishop, and now can go on to win a pawn. That e5 pawn, now that the bishop on b7 is gone.
I like, if you see this right here, like, it's showing the probability of the positioning of the board. I don't know why this shows up on chess.com at the end, maybe because I got the free version, but right now it's basically saying that in the positioning, Alireza has a slight advantage, but the time-wise, not so much.
Knight takes e5. Alireza again, and he does it, but he takes it with his own pawn first, doubling up on the e5.
That's very surprising. He could have done the same thing, but in a more forceful way. If black had taken with the knight, white would have been forced into a variation that could have happened anyway. He basically gave Magnus more choice. And although the position's still now level in the balance, black with the bishop pair, Magnus might have relief. He has control over the diagonals for now, although still a harder position to handle I think easier to play for black, I'm going to say, because white's queenside pawns are slightly overextended, are slightly loose. And of course, we've been talking about bishops today. Alireza with that up his sleeve.
In an open game, right? And both bishops on the longest diagonal of the board. And guess what? The knight joining the party as well jumps onto that central d4 square. I wonder if Magnus will do the same, go knight d5. There are tactics in the air. He might want to trade pieces off, but it looks like that might work in Magnus's favor if you jump with that knight to the d5 square, given the tension along the c line.
Oh, that's a good way to trade pieces, get Magnus closer to the draw that he needs.
Also frustrating that the queen can't just sidestep for Firouzja to c7 because of the ominous presence of white's dark square bishop, effectively meaning the queen stays on the d line longer, increasing the probability that the queens come off at some point soon.